Hi, I have crap. Oh, I have these books. These are the books that I plan to read this year, 2025. Yeah, as you can hear, my voice. It's clear that I'm not fully recovered from my illness. Like, it was like a raging fever, and now it's sort of like in my throat and my lungs. But anywho, life goes on. The first book that I want to read this year, I'm picking 5 books because I don't know. I just decided these 5 books I will definitely read this year. I want to definitely read this book, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I read a little bit of it, but not much. And I thought, oh, this is an interesting concept. I started reading it and it started speaking to me. I just liked how simple the style was and how interesting the idea was. Oh, a library where you can just see different lives of yourself. It's interesting. It's not a book I would particularly pick up normally, but I'm down to read it. The Midnight Library. Another book I want to read, which I've read quite a lot of it, Dune by Frank Herbert. I hate this book. Actually, I didn't hate it, but once I finished it, where am I? I'm here. Can you see that? I've got like 200 pages left to read, basically. I don't like reading this book. Just watch the film. Just watch the film. Is all I'm gonna say. I'll probably get hate for that, but you know. Unless you're like a big sci-fi fan of sci-fi fiction, or is this sci-fi? I guess it is. Then read it. But for me, it's just not my jam. It's not my jam. I prefer other books I've read. I just don't understand. Why am I even trying to finish that book? I don't know. But I plan to finish it because I'm stubborn. In that sense. Dante's The Divine Comedy. Just before I started this video, I read a little bit, and it's a bit of a mouldy book. Don't know if you can see the mould. So it's got a bit of character without even having to open it. It smells beautiful as well. And this, I'm thinking, I started reading it and I realised, oh, this is good actually. This is an old book, but it's good. I liked it, how this guy just, in the first bit, he just wakes up in the woods. I'm thinking, why are you in the woods? Why do you not remember where you were or why you're there? And then there's this leopard, and I think the leopard turns into a lion or something, and then he sees this poet he admires, like, was it Virgil? And Virgil says, follow me and you will be saved. Come with me through hell, or whatever. Because he doesn't want to get eaten by the lion. And he doesn't want to that fate. So Virgil's telling him, oh, you just follow me and I'll take you somewhere else. Come with me and you'll be fine. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to be fine. He's going to be in eternal damnation or something. I don't know. This is the 4th book that I'm going to read. Stephen King's The Shining. Now, my relationship with Stephen King is, one time when I was like 13 or 14, I picked up a book from like a car boot or garage sale, if you're American. I picked up a book by Stephen King called Dreamcatcher, and I read a chunk of it and I thought, God, this guy, he just meanders. He just isn't. Even then, I was like thinking, this guy can't write. But then I started reading The Shining, and I like the film. The film's amazing. I like Stanley Kubrick. I love, but it turns out I like the way The Shining is written. And I picked another mouldy book. I got it maybe from the same place, but this is mouldy as well. Means it's got a lot of stuff there that I can eat, like food for thought. But yeah, and when I picked this out of the shelf in this basement second-hand bookshop that looks like it's never been cleaned in its life, I picked it up, I looked at the book, I looked past the book, there was a cockroach on the floor, and I took this as a good omen for a horror read for myself. So that's why I picked The Shining. And I read a few pages, and I thought, yeah, this is great. I liked how King was using like indirect speech in like getting across the psyche of Jack Torrance, just how he was thinking. And I liked all the bits which weren't even in the film. I was like thinking, oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that backstory from the beginning. That wasn't apparent. So I'm interested just to read it, the original text too. And then there was this, my last choice for 2025. What was it even called? Other Voices, Other Vistas. Short stories from Africa, China, India, Japan, and Latin America. I bought this because I started reading. This is what a coincidence. I opened it up on the page. I actually opened it up before. This Japanese short story, The Magic Chalk. I started reading it, and then I can't remember what it's about, but I loved it, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to buy it. I'm just on a whim. And I read another story, but not from a Japanese writer. I think I read Borges. Borges? Yeah, Borges is in this. Am I saying his name right? But yeah, I liked Borges' story as well. Someone gets a Bible and trades in for this other book, this mysterious book, and then the whole short story is about him getting that book off that person by trading it with something else. But it sounds boring, but it was actually quite interesting. Those are my 5 books. We have short story collections showing how culturally diverse my appreciation is. I don't know. We've got horror, The Shining. We've got classic texts, Dante's The Divine Comedy. We got Dune, a book I don't want to read, but I will anyway, because it's actually taught me some stuff. It's taught me how world appreciation for world building. It's taught me as like a really cool fight scene in it. I really loved, and like how he invents these new words like the Gom Jabba or whatever it's called. I like that scene early on, but most of it is really boring, but still. And the Midnight Library. So this is, I would classify as fantasy, I guess, or magic realism, or something like that. The Magic Library is cool as well. Those are my 5 books. So I'll be reading these. Yeah. Okay, thank you. And I'll let you know how it goes whenever I get around to finishing these books. Bye bye.